All right. So what if I told you guys that renters right now are using their living rooms as another way to afford rent? No TV, no couch, no chill area, just another bed. And that this is actually a growing trend around the country. Keep watching. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, it's Bert Ferguson, Realtor, with your weekly real estate insights. And today I want to talk about a trend that is rising across the country. And that's something that is really showing how expensive housing is becoming. And that trend is renters giving up their living rooms and using those as extra rooms to be able to afford rent. Now, according to a recent Realtor.com article, this is becoming very, very popular. And today I want to talk about it. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the video. If you're watching this on any social media platform, go ahead and share it, because chances are you know someone who's renting. And chances are that rent is beating them down on those payments every single month. And something like this may have been something that has come across their mind, or maybe even yours. Okay, so according to national data, the average rent right now is about $1,600 to $1,700 a month. Now, that payment right now is still very, very steep for many people. So what they do is they go ahead and rent the rooms out in their rental so that they can split costs. What's unique in what's happening now is that people are even adding their living room as an extra bedroom to divide those costs even further. Now, you've got websites like Spareroom.com or platforms like Spareroom that are saying, listen, we've seen the amount of homes without living rooms and using that living room space as a bedroom. The amount of listings that have hit their platforms have tripled over the last 5 years that fit this criteria. This is showing us that a lot of people are foregoing, traditional relaxation and shared spaces just so they can be able to divide costs even further and be able to further extend their chances of saving up for a down payment, for a home, or just be able to get through the month. Now, this is something that's extremely unique because most people really pride themselves in being able to at least have some sort of relaxation space. Even in one bedroom apartments, you have one bedroom and you have a living room space. Well, now those living room spaces are becoming way less of an importance. So much so, people are turning them into bedrooms just to be able to collect a little more money and divide those costs a little more. Now, of course, this is a financially savvy and a pretty cool way to extend, the way that you can create income and split down those costs. But it has trade-offs. And many experts are saying that these trade-offs are pretty important. And the most obvious one is that you're giving up, a shared space that's used for relaxation and decompressing. And it's turning your primary dwelling into somewhere that feels more like a crash pad than an actual home. And many people think that this can cause an issue, especially for mental health and if you're moving to a new city. You see, when you're moving to a new area, you use your living room space as somewhere you can foster community or where you can entertain new guests, people that you want to build a relationship with in your new area. But if you're moving to a new area and you're renting out the living room, where can you actually go ahead and extend out those new networks and extend out those personal relationships that you are trying to grow? And what this can do is allow people to miss out on major milestone markers in their own personal life, much less the milestone markers of purchasing a home or being able to save for retirement. I'm talking milestone markers like just being able to have a alone time with a friend, or have someone come over from work who, just someone you are friends with, right? Nothing crazy, but just someone that you're friends with. And you say, hey, come on over, we're going to watch a movie, and just being able to grow a friendship. That is something that, a lot of people covet. And when you eliminate that freedom to be able to do that in your own living space, we don't really know what those long-term effects could be on someone's mental health. So what this says to me about the housing market is that affordability is still a major issue. people are willing to forego the basics inside of their home to be able to afford where they live. So I think what's going to end up happening is that as we continue to find different alternatives to being able to get people into their first home or be able to ease off some of the cost burden of being able to rent, we're going to continue to see things like this happen. But I do think that people are looking for unique ways to be able to combat this situation. But one thing I will say is that this is growing. I don't have the answers to this situation in this particular video, but I want you to observe, if you know people who rent or if you rent yourself, has this option come into your mind that, hey, forget the living room. Let's turn it into another bedroom, get another person here to split this rent with us so we can bring down costs. Now, one way that you can actually start to get out of this situation is talk to a realtor and see what your options are for first-time home buyer programs. That would be someone like myself, okay? This situation is growing across the country, but you don't want that to stop you from what your ultimate goal is. So if you are looking to purchase a home, or if you are looking to start your home ownership journey, feel free to reach out to me. My phone number and information will be left below, or you'll find it in the links in this video or in the description in this video. And tell me what your thoughts are on this. Do you know anyone that's looking to turn the living room into a bedroom space? Are you almost ready to do that yourself? Let me know. But that's my insights this week, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you next time.